Hey guys, and welcome back to Good Stuff for You. We're making good stuff for you. So today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things in the world, the Milwaukee Brewers. Today is opening day for the MLB, and I am psyched. I am so excited to get off with the season. It's been so long since we've had baseball. I love baseball so much, and I'm just ready to get back because the Brewers are going to crush it this year. I'm a Brewers fan in case you can't tell. So we're going to talk about the lineup. We're going to talk about how awesome the Brewers are and why we're going to win the Central Division and win the whole entire thing. We're going to win the World Series this year, mark my words. So starting it off, because the lineup just came out pretty recently. Batting first, playing third base, Eric Sogard. Eric Sogard is a really quality, really underrated player. He's really good at getting on base. He had a .353 on-base percentage, which means he's getting on base 35% of the time, which is really good. Sorry, I had a call there. Okay, so he had an .810 OPS. In addition, he's a very quality player, and he's also a very quality glove, I meant. In addition, he's very versatile. He can play third, short, first, second, even outfield sometimes. He's a really good player and a great addition to the team. Next up, we got Christian Yelich. I don't even know if I have to talk about him a lot. He's fantastic. Led the league in OPS. Led the NL in batting average. Led the NL in on-base percentage. Led the whole entire league in slugging percentage. He's an absolute beast of a player playing in left field. Next up, Keston Hiura. Rookie last year, and he absolutely crushed it. He batted .303, .368 OPS. OBP. I don't know if you can hear my dog. Sorry about that. A .570 slugging percentage, and a .938 OPS. He is insane, and he was only a rookie last year, so he's only going to get better this year. True, his defense is a little suspect, but that's okay because he absolutely mashes the baseball. Next up, Smoke. Justin Smoke, who's playing first base for us. Very good player. His OPS was slightly above average. He had a 101 OPS plus last year, which means that he was 1% above an average player. And also, he has a little bit of pop. In 2017, the year that he was an all-star, he had an .883 OPS, so he was really good that year, and he hit 38 home runs. So if he can get back to that quality of a player, oh my goodness, that would be fantastic for the crew. Next up, Ryan Braun at DH. Ryan Braun had a pretty good season last year and honestly flew under the radar a bit. He hit .285, and also he had an OPS of .849. So he was really good, and that's when he was playing in the outfield, when his body was getting beat up and torn up and stuff out there, and now he's going to be playing DH, where he's going to be playing every single day, and his body isn't going to have additional wear and tear, so he's going to be even better than he once was last year. Next up in right field, we have Avisail Garcia, who is a really good pick. He's a sleeper pick for like an all-star, I'd say, maybe even a sleeper pick for MVP. He is a 5-tool player for sure, undoubtedly. He's got a great glove. He's got a cannon of an arm. He has sneaky speed. He stole double-digit bases last year, and he can move really quick for a pretty big guy. He also has pop. He can slug some bombs out there. In addition, he has a really good contact tool too. He has all 5 things that you need to make a great player. He hit .282 last year and had a just below 800 OPS. So he is an absolute beast and a great addition to the team because who do we have in the outfield last year? Ben Gamel? Don't get me wrong, I like Ben Gamel, but this is a major upgrade that'll help the team big time. Next up, Omar Narvaez. He is really good. He's one of the best hitting catchers in baseball. His defense is a little questionable, but the hitting tool alone is fantastic. He had a 120 OPS plus, which was one of the best in the whole entire league, ahead of catchers like Yasmani Grandal and JT Realmuto, constantly called some of the best hitting catchers in baseball, but Narvaez is even better than both of them. He had an over 800 OPS last year. He is an absolute stud at the plate, and I definitely rely on him to be our catcher this year and in the future. Next up in center field, Lorenzo Cain. Lorenzo Cain had a bit of a down year last year, but that's okay because he won Gold Glove. He is one of the best, if not the best, center fielders in terms of defense in the whole entire game. Watch the replays. His amount of range is insane. His athleticism is insane. He is so refined in his defensive abilities in the center field position that Even if his offense was the worst in the league, which it was not, the glove alone is enough to make up and make the team get better and win more. And in 2018, he was fantastic still. He hit .308, which is great. He was an all-star in 2018. He's a career .288 hitter, so he's definitely going to bounce back. And also, he was injured a bunch last year, but he was playing on through the injuries. So his defense will likely be even better than it was last year, the year that he won the Gold Glove. He definitely should have won more Gold Gloves in the past, but he won it this year. And also that means his hitting is going to be even better because then when he steps and swings, it's going to be even better because he had issues with his legs. So Kane is going to have a bounce back year and he's going to be fantastic. Going through 1 through 8, it's looking like the team is absolutely stacked. And next up, in the 9th hitting spot, I can't believe this guy's all the way in 9th because he's going to be great this year. Orlando Arcia playing shortstop for us. True, he's not been the best in the past, but he has completely changed up his swing and everything and his work ethic, and he is looking fantastic in spring training. I'd argue to say he was our best player in spring training. That's how much faith I have in Orlando Arcia right now. If we can have such a quality hitter in the number 9 spot, and if he really is as good as he was looking in spring training, this team will be unbeatable. Unbeatable. In addition, he's shown flashes of absolute brilliant play at shortstop in a primary defensive position. If you can have a primary defender at a primary defensive position, and also if he's just an average hitter, that sounds like a win-win to me. And he is absolutely an above average now looking at his spring training stats. And next up, our starting pitcher for the day, Brandon Woodruff. Absolute beast. If we weren't having the universal DH this year, I'd be comfortable with him hitting it because he had a home run against Clayton Kershaw in the playoffs. I mean, come on, right? And he had a .362 ERA last year while being our top of the line starter. So he was pitching a ton and he still had a relatively good ERA for a starter. He was an all-star last year. He was racking up the Ks. If he didn't get injured, he would have been fantastic in terms of strikeouts. And a lot of people, like professionals, not me, like professional analytic people, are saying that he's a very strong dark horse Cy Young candidate. So I have absolute faith in Brandon Woodruff that he's going to be a beast this year and carry us in terms of pitching, even though we don't need carrying because we have a fantastic pitching rotation. And if our rotation isn't as great as I say it is, even though it definitely will be, our bullpen is more than enough. Let's just look at the top 2 because that's all I have time for. Josh Hader, he won the National League Reliever of the Year 2 years in a row. That's honestly all you need to know. He's one of the most elite strikeout pitchers, relievers of all time. Period. That's it. He is fantastic. And then also you got Corey Knebel. Corey Knebel in 2017, he had a 1.78 ERA. Yes, you heard that correctly. 1.78. And that year, he led the league in games pitched. So he was pitching that much and had that low of an ERA. That is absurd. Now, he was out last year, but that's okay because before then he was pitching in the postseason in 2018, and he had 0.9 ERA in 9 games in the postseason when you're going against some of the best teams. We went against the Rockies in Coors Field and Miller Park, 2 very hitter-friendly parks, and against the Dodgers, who went on to go to the World Series. Come on. This dude is going to be an absolute beast when he comes back, and the team is just looking great. Now, I'll go over the bench a little bit quick, just a couple of guys who I think are going to be real highlights on the bench that will help our team greatly. Logan Morrison, he said that he's an all-star when he's healthy, and I didn't believe him at first, but then I was looking at the stats of the 1 year that he was really healthy, and he was an all-star. Well, he wasn't technically an all-star, but he was at all-star caliber hitting. He is a fantastic player to have on the bench in like first base or wherever you need him, maybe even DH a little bit. Brock Holt, we got him from the Red Sox. Versatile player. He fits the Brewers perfectly. He's a quality hitter, average to a little bit below average, but he is a very quality defender at almost every single infield position, and I think he dabbles a little bit in the outfield. I don't know that for sure, so don't quote me on that. So he fits right into the Brewers. He can play third base a little bit when Sogard or Jed Jerko isn't feeling like it that day, or maybe a little bit of second base to give Hira a break, or even a little bit of short in there. He is a fantastic player that fits the Brewers perfectly. Next up, Ben Gamel. he completely changed up his swing, and his swing's looking like Yelich. And he's going to be a beast this year. If you saw that home run that he hit against the White Sox that Luis Robert almost caught but didn't because his glove fell off, Gamble is going to be a beast this year. So I'm hearing our lineup is absolutely stacked with stars and studs. Our pitching, we have one of the best starting pitchers in the league, in addition to two of the best relievers in the league. And then our bench is looking very, very, very good. I think the Brewers are going to win it all this year. If anyone's telling you otherwise, they're wrong. The team is looking fantastic. I cannot wait for the season to start. Happy opening day to everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. And stay good, and we'll see you soon.